Positive talks of Joao Felix to Arsenal have been confirmed, and obviously Fabrizio Romano is on this. Seth of Sky Sports is on this. Simon Jedin of the 90 More is also onto this, and we are really glad to let you know that this is the Rokani Media Football. We are having talks coming in from Mudryk, Fabrizio Romano, hinting us on the latest information as far as Mudryk to Arsenal is concerned. Then lastly, Pep Guardiola coming out and really hinting on Arsenal being able to go ahead and really win this trophy, because it looks like they would have been 10 points down if at all they never really won against Chelsea. So welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? That video of the day, smash the like button, comment and share, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Today FA Cup begins. United is taking on Everton at Old Trafford, and remember, Arsenal is going to play a team called Oxford on Monday, a game that Mikel Arteta is really going to be resting his players as he prepares to go ahead and pay a visit to Tottenham Hotspur that really won 4-0 against Crystal Palace on, was it Monday or Tuesday? So welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, guys, and don't forget to subscribe. And let's get into the stories that we are being told by the transfer gurus that we have today. Remember, there is Seth of Sky Sports is telling us that as far as Arsenal are concerned, they've got an injury with Gabriel Jesus, but is expected to come back before the end of next season. So why not bring in a short-term fix of Joao Felix? All we know that is the reason as to why Arsenal is going in for centre forward. And if at all Jesus never got an injury, Arsenal wouldn't have gone in for another striker. Now he's telling us that, and when Jesus comes back, you can still play the likes of Felix, Mudryk, and complete with Saka and Martinelli for the remainder of the season without disturbing what Jesus could bring to the team. Obviously that is right, but the most important topic is all about this man known as Joao Felix, that Sky Sports has been told that positive talks are continuing between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid over a loan to sign Joao Felix. So it shows you how important this story is as far as this transfer is concerned. Arsenal need Joao Felix immediately. If at all our Arsenal, I would even front the deal of Joao Felix ahead of the deal of Mudryk, because that deal of Mudryk looks like it's going to go ahead and really take on a long period of time, because Shakhtar is really stubborn and naughty. They want 100 million euros, and Arsenal doesn't want to offer that amount of money. Chelsea coming in through confusing as if they can offer it. I believe they cannot pay that amount of money, but I believe they can raise close to 70 or 80 million euros, with 70 million euros up front and 100 million euros of add-on. So let's wait and see how that unfolds. But Arsenal have held positive talks and are continuing between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid on signing Joao Felix. Remember, Joao Felix is really a very good player that can really help or can bolster the front four of Arsenal in every position. So I think that's why Mikel Arteta is really admiring him. And Mikel Arteta knows it, that if they miss out on him and this player goes to Manchester United, it will be like giving United a ticket to buy a lottery. That's it, because you might find it as a lottery or a guess for United to go out and really compete with Arsenal for the trophy. But as things stand, Arsenal is having 44 points, United is having 35, 9 points that are separating the two sides. Those are 3 games, and United is playing Arsenal on the 22nd of January. You don't know what's going to happen. So if Felix goes to United, that is like blustering the attack of United, and Arsenal is going to bring in, that's the main problem. So that's why Mikel Arteta doesn't want this deal to happen in favor of Manchester United, because he's going to be having another team that is really chasing him a lot from that side. You see, they're only having one striker in the names of Anton Martial, but they are really chasing Arsenal like no other, 9 points between. That shows you that they can go ahead and really get this deal done and dusted. Then Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to confirm to us that again about the talks that are really accelerating between Manchester United and, between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid, that Jorge Mendes was in Madrid the last 24 hours to speak to Atletico Madrid about the situation of Joao Felix. Arsenal also told Mendes that Felix could be a really concrete option for them. Both clubs, Arsenal and United, confirmed again the interest in the last 48 hours. So, the race is heating up. Whoever wins this race of Joao Felix is really going to find himself in a better situation of winning the title. I see very many people are really trying to downplay United in the title competition, but I believe it's really there. 9 points from the table leaders. That shows you how close they are. Don't downplay their efforts, because they've come way far long. Arsenal is having tricky games. They're having to play Spurs. After Spurs, they're playing Manchester United. After Manchester United, they're going to play 2 games and then play City. Meaning that in those games, there is Aston Villa, there is Everton. Arsenal needs to go ahead and really win most of those games if they are to keep that gap all extended between United and City. Joao Felix is the gear that every manager of Arsenal and United needs. Arteta needs it, and Erik ten Hag needs it. For Erik ten Hag, he was even serious to an extent that he told United to make a bid for Joao Felix in the summer, but the bid was downplayed by Atletico Madrid, meaning that he knew how important this player is, and it's going to be an opportunity for him to have him, because when he gets him on loan and performs very well, United are soon going to be getting in new owners, and if at all those new owners coming in through, it means more investment and more money. Obviously, that will see a team called United buy Joao Felix in the summer, because Ten Hag wanted this player. And for Arsenal, Mikel Arteta knows it well that when he's going to be playing teams like Manchester United, Spurs, Man City, he needs a little bit of more quality from the bench, and that is Joao Felix, because in the game of Newcastle, they lacked front gears that they would apply to see to it that they really put Newcastle to the sword, and that really failed because Arsenal was not really having gears off the bench. So it shows you how important this is, but the most important thing is that positive talks have been confirmed even by Fabrizio Romano that Jorge Mendes has been in Madrid for the last 24 hours to talk about Atletico Madrid situation, and Arsenal told Mendes that Felix could be a concrete option for them. And Arsenal in a better position, by the way, to get Joao Felix because they are leading the table. And I think Joao Felix, if all goes well and every team has accepted the offer or the request from Atletico Madrid, I see him choosing Arsenal over Manchester United, maybe basing on Arsenal being in a position to win a trophy of the Premier League. And one thing that could really downplay his going to Arsenal is Arsenal will be having 2 strikers. You get Nketiah and Jesus, and United is only having 1 striker, meaning that he has a better chance of playing at Manchester United than Arsenal. So that is it coming in from Fabrizio Romano, and then a man known as Simon Jedin for the Telegraph has told us that Arsenal are ready and willing to invest in new players at the right price. And Telegraph Sport understands they are now stepping up their pursuit of Atletico Madrid's Joao Felix. So Arsenal is stepping up its pursuit for Joao Felix. That's it. And they want to sign this player as soon as possible. And when you look at what we've been telling you in the previous stories we've just done of Fabrizio Romano and Sky Sports, obviously Arsenal are really stepping up their pursuit to get this man on their ladder. Now, Simon Jedin, he's a football reporter for the Daily Telegraph, continue to let us know that Arsenal are looking to add both Joao Felix and Mudryk to Mikel Arteta's attacking options for the second half of the season. The size of the loan fee is expected to determine whether Arsenal secure Felix's signature. Everyone knows that the first call from Atletico Madrid for the size of sign-on fee of Joao Felix was 15 million euros. Ridiculous amount of money, because in that amount of money, Arsenal could go out and really buy another player like Marcus Thuram. He's at 9 million euros because he's left with just 6 months on his contract and is not willing to renew it down in Germany. You can get a Memphis Depay to come in and add a little bit of quality on your front 3. So that is the main factor and the determinant for the deal of this guy, and we are waiting to see how everything is going to go ahead and really happen. But Arsenal are looking to add both Joao Felix and Mudryk. That's the most important option. If at all they bring these two, it's really going to be blustering that front three of Arsenal, because these two are pure quality. They are pure quality, and their epitome won't really leave Arsenal the same in this game of football. So I'm looking at Arsenal. If I know they bring in these two players, their thirst is really at the same level. Joao Felix is more proven, but his thirst is really high because he needs to go ahead and really prove to other people that I'm that player that was signed from Benfica, the world's wonder kid, at 130 million euros to Atletico Madrid, and because a pragmatic manager got me, that's why I'm like this. But I can be a better player if at all I'm given more playing time. That's it. So for Mudryk, he wants to prove himself at Arsenal. When you look at their age bracket, Joao Felix is 23 years of age. Mudryk is just 21. So Mikel Arteta would like to go ahead and really bring in players like those to really go ahead and really match his squad profile. That is really something great for him. And let's pray to it that he really puts it in order, that really goes the way he really wants to see us really do these things. Now, for Mukalo Mudryk, Fabrizio Romano has today went ahead to really give us another update about Mudryk to Arsenal. He's telling us that the situation remains the same. Arsenal's bid was not enough to convince Shakhtar, whilst Chelsea are now interested. We now have to wait and see the next steps. It's important to remember that Mudryk's priority is still to join Arsenal for sure. When you look at the situation right now of Mukalo Mudryk, I believe the board of Arsenal is holding its talks to see to it that, do we make the third bid or we pull out? That's it. Because to me, I don't see it as realistic to spend 100 million euros on Mudryk. Yet there are players that Arsenal can bring in that can bluster their squad in that 100 million euros. Because the fact is, Arsenal have that money. I've always told you that Arsenal were given 200 million pounds to spend in the summer. They only spend 121 million pounds, meaning that they have a balance of close to 80 million pounds left, plus the amount of money they sold Guendouzi to Marseille, 9.5 million. Torreira, was it to Galatasaray? Like 7 million pounds. That adds up to 17 million pounds. They sold the goalkeeper, Leno, to Fulham, close to 7 million pounds. That makes it close to 30 million pounds. Now, when you add on the loan fees for Patino, Nuno Tavares, Flaron Barrogan, this other guy they stabbed in Milan, Pablo Mari, you get? That sums up close to 40 million pounds that Arsenal really got up from loan fees and selling players in the summer. When you add it to the 80 million pounds, that is close to 120 million pounds, meaning that Arsenal have that money with them. It's at their disposal. Now it's about them to make a decision on how to spend that amount of money. To me, I believe that amount of money, instead of spending it on Mudryk, I buy Yuri Tielemans, I bring in Joao Felix on loan, I go ahead and bring in Danilo. Those three players, I think, can bluster that squad of Arsenal. Joao Felix complements everyone playing up front of the front three of Arsenal. Tielemans comes in through for the midfield to add a little bit of quality. Then Danilo comes in to do what we call the central defensive position of Arsenal, to rest Thomas Partey a little bit. And if much Thomas Partey has gone ahead to play all those games of Arsenal, you have no assurance on him coming in through and really playing you the rest of the games. That's it. So I bring in Danilo. I bring in Tielemans. I bring in a player called Joao Felix and Mohamed Kudus, because that amount of money can fit them. Mohamed Kudus, close to 40 million pounds. Tielemans, 15 million pounds. That's like 55. Danilo, 30 million pounds. That is 75. Add on a player called Joao Felix. 100 million pounds is done. So I think it's better for Arsenal to go for that plan. And I believe when the board seats, they'll go on for that idea, because it is really unrealistic to pay for a player, especially in the joint transfer window, Mukalo Mudryk 100 million euros, money that would bolster the squad of Arsenal to win the Premier League. So, lastly, Pep Guardiola coming in through and really hitting the nail on its top after their win against Chelsea. He told us that it could have been 10 points between us and Arsenal if Newcastle hadn't made an incredible effort, and we hadn't won here versus Chelsea. I would prefer to be closer, but the way Arsenal play so far, they deserve to be where they are. So I like managers like these: Mikel Arteta, Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, Erik ten Hag. They believe in what is at their disposal, and every manager is believing that Arsenal is really at its top, and they deserve to be topping the Premier League table. And that's why I've always told you that the trophy is for Arsenal to lose. They have it in their hands. Which players they sign in the January transfer window is going to be the main determinant on whether they win this trophy or they really lose it. Thank you guys for watching in through. Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. Your reactions to positive Joao Felix to Arsenal talks are welcome in the comment section below. What do you think about Mudryk? And lastly, what Pep Guardiola has talked about Arsenal, that they deserve to be where they are, and they are the team to lose the trophy if at all they don't really make the right signings. Sign out for now. See you later. If at all you want to join me, I'm going to be on United Matters channel doing the match build-up of United versus Everton. Then later I'll return back here to give you maybe the last story of the day. This is the third story of the day. More are yet to come. Don't stay away from this channel. Subscribe, because we want to hit 10,000 subscribers. Hit the black button that has the word subscribe. After hitting it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto our channel. May the Lord bless you abundantly. I love you and thank you for the love you reciprocate to Rokani David and Rokani Media Football. We out.